I'm going to tell you now a story about James W Nixon II, an inspirational experience he had when he was on his mission. In 1896, he was called to the California mission, and Effie Dean, his wife, and he had four small children at the time. They were living in Huntington, Utah, and Effie Dean told him that she was all right with the idea of him going on a mission, being able to take care of the family while he was gone, but he was not to leave her pregnant. And sure enough, after he got to California, she found out she was pregnant. Well, this is an experience that happened to him, and how it was that they named this new baby, who was St. Clair. There was a Dr. St. Clair that was living in New York, and he wasn't a medical doctor. He was like a psychologist or this type of a thing, and he had a dream. He dreamt that he was to move to San Francisco, and he saw your great grandfather in this dream. And then he moved to San Francisco. Well, St. Clair gets it, or James W. Nixon gets into the mission field, and there comes someone into the mission office stating that there is an individual that is wanting to hear the gospel and taught. And the mission president just didn't seem to take much note of it. But your grandfather, James W. II, kind of persisted, and finally the mission president said, all right, you go and teach him. And so when he knocked on the door, he had the address, he knocked on the door, and Dr. St. Clair opened the door and was very surprised to see your great-grandfather. But he immediately ushered everyone out of his home or the apartment and invited your great-grandfather in to learn about the message of the church. And he accepted the church and was baptized. And this was the first baptism of James W. II in his mission in 1896 to the California mission. So this certainly was a miracle, is the fact that Dr. St. Clair actually saw your great-grandfather in a dream back in New York. And it came to realization when he opened the door to preach the gospel to him.